face it, you look really good in those skinny jeans. I'm just gonna say, like the thick thighs. Ladies like a good thick thigh. Now, some of you might be confused why he was asking me about the freaky drugs thing, because I'm looking like a little old lady. Because I am a little old lady that's a native to Idaho, but I used to be a junkie, so it wasn't licking a frog. It's worse than that. They take a toad, they squeeze a gland on the glass, they let it dry, they scrape it off, and they smoke it. You can wonder why I fucking know that. Yeah, because once upon a time, I was in fact a homeless junkie when Freak Alley earned its fucking name. I go there now, and it's so fucking depressing. It's like going to the old hood and see it's been gentrified. Like, it's all clean, and there's no actual freaks in Freak Alley. No actual freaks in Freak Alley. That's where I lived for almost a year, and I had a hustle. I had a great hustle. I know this is hard to believe, but I used to be really skinny and hot when I was a junkie. 98 pounds. I was 19. I could pass for 16 though. And Chomos cruised there. Oh yeah. And this was my hustle. And I don't even feel guilty about it. There's a lot of things that I did when I was junkie that I feel guilty about. I don't feel guilty about this for one bit. I'd go up to a guy and be like, I'm a runaway. And I would just do anything for $40. And they'd give me the $40 and I'd run the fuck away. Because what's the motherfucker gonna do? He's gonna call the police and say the 16-year-old homeless child that I was trying to give $40 for an ass fucking took my money. It did get awkward when I got sober and got corporate jobs and started recognizing dudes. Where do I know you from? I don't know. Respectable rednecks. I ended up being a respectable redneck, but I was not raised by respectable rednecks. It happened by accident. It's weird. I got news recently that my father is dying. Now, some of you hear about my dad. My dad is my stepdad. My father was this fucking bred into the bone, psycho Idaho redneck. He watched the original Red Dawn like it was a fucking future documentary. We had to learn how to survive. We had to know how to shoot because the Russians were coming. The Russians are coming, and you children need to know how to defend our land. So when I got news that he was dying, I was like, good, because he really wanted a son. He was obsessed with a son. We only had a boy name picked out when my mom was pregnant with me. And praise Jesus, there was no stem on this apple because I was going to be Eric Darrell, and they were going to call me ED. My mom wanted Tasha for a girl name, but she wasn't expecting a girl, so she already named the cat that. So I ended up with Tanya. My name was the third fucking choice. Not the first choice, not the second choice, the third fucking choice. And that's what I've got. So what did I learn growing up? I learned all this hard shit. And I can remember, like 13 years old, the first time I went elk hunting. I don't know if any of you guys have ever done any hunting. I don't know if you're those type of people. But it was me and the drunk, my father, alone out in the woods. And son of a bitch if I didn't get an elk. A 90-pound, 13-year-old girl and a 45-year-old drunk with a hernia, and we're 10 miles from camp. He handed me a hatchet. He's like, cut it up! So I chopped it up. We hauled it back. It took 2 days. Just all hauling and sleeping. An elk is a big animal. And then we're heading back into town. And that first gas station, we stopped to get gas. I hadn't showered, I had done nothing, and I didn't have access to a mirror. My father just smirked and he gives me $1 and he said, baby girl, you did a good job. Go in and buy yourself a soda pop and a candy bar. And I walked in and everybody's staring at me and I couldn't figure out what the fuck they were staring at me about. But I'd been chopping up and hauling around a dead animal for 2 days. There were literally chunks of meat in my hair and blood. I looked like I had just escaped the Manson family reunion. And my father is up by the gas pumps just laughing his ass off. Ha 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 ha. So fuck that fucker. I can't wait till he dies. My name is Simon Cope and my friends are short neck taco. Good night, guys.
Keep it going.